morning, everyone. Hi, myself Shubhra Singh. I'll be taking today in our conceptual third series subject English. Already MCQ 360 डिग्री सीरीज में मैं आप लोगों का इंग्लिश का सेशन ले चुकी हूँ. आई होप आप लोगों ने उसे देखा होगा. और अगर आप लोगों ने नहीं देखा है तो आप एलेक की वेबसाइट पे एलेक के यूट्यूब पेज पे जाइए. वहां की प्लेलिस्ट पे इंग्लिश का MCQ 360 डिग्री का सेशन है. ओके, सो प्लीज डू वॉच इट. So let's start our today's session. Should we begin? Should we begin today's session? Hey, hi Pratik Soni. Good morning. Shall we begin our session today? Yeah. तो जो आज का हमारा सेशन है इंग्लिश का दैट हैज बीन डिवाइडेड इनटू द फोर पार्ट्स. ओके, आई विल बी टेकिंग पहले 30 मिनट्स में इंग्लिश idioms and phrases, and then the second part of our session I'll be taking this words of similar form but different meaning, and in the third part of our today's session I'll be taking synonym and antonym, and in the fourth part I'll be taking one word substitution. आपने इंग्लिश आपने एमपीसीजे का इंग्लिश का पेपर देखा होगा, ठीक है, विच कंटेन्स 10 मार्क्स का. ठीक है, और उसके में जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं वो इन्हीं चारों सेक्शन से मोस्टली पूछे जाते हैं. कुछ ग्रामर के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं प्रीपोजिशन से रिलेटेड. सो वो अभी राइट नाउ इज नॉट द राइट अप्रोप्रिएट टाइम टू डिस्कस दैट बेसिक थिंग हियर. ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर सेशन विद द इंग्लिश idioms and phrases. Okay. So the first session here, the first question is, the first idiom is bank upon, which means count on and depend on. Okay? Count on and depend on, जिसका मतलब होता है. So can you please make a sentence, ठीक है, जिसमें bank upon से related एक sentence आप बना सकते हो. Can you please frame a sentence using the idiom English bank upon? फटाफट से आंसर करिए. यू हैव टू पार्टिसिपेट, तभी सेशन में मजा आएगा और आपका प्रैक्टिस भी अभी के अभी हो जाएगा फॉर द अपकमिंग एग्जाम. अभी टाइम बहुत कम रह गया है. ठीक है, सो डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम, यूटिलाइज दिस 2 hours फुल्ली. फटाफट से एक स्टेटमेंट बताइए विच हैज दिस इंग्लिश idioms दैट बैंक अपॉन इन दैट सेंटेंस. बैंक अपॉन का मतलब होता है जिसपे आप डिपेंड कर रहे हो. ठीक है, सो सपोज इफ आई से दिस दैट आई बैंक अपॉन माई फादर फॉर ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स इन माई लाइफ. ठीक है, सो दिस जस्टिफाइज द स्टेटमेंट एंड द मीनिंग. ओके, दिस जस्टिफाइज द idioms and the meaning. Am I clear? So let's move to the next phrase, bad blood, जिसका मतलब होता है एंगर. ओके, बैड ब्लड का मतलब होता है एंगर. सपोज देर इज अ बैड ब्लड बिटवीन लोकल गवर्नमेंट एंड नेशनल गवर्नमेंट ओवर द न्यू बजट. ठीक है, एंगर है लोगों के बीच में न्यू बजट के ऊपर. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे हम लोग अगर हम लोग idioms और phrases में बात करते हैं तो हम लोग उस टाइम पे एंगर को बैड ब्लड की तरह भी डिनोट कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव टू द थर्ड idiom. इट्स ब्लो ओवर, पास. ब्लो ओवर का क्या मतलब होता है? पास. ओके, द स्टॉर्म ब्लू ओवर इन द नाइट. कई बार हम लोग बोलते हैं ना रात में लगता है स्टॉर्म आया था. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये इस तरीके से यूज होता है, द स्टॉर्म ब्लू ओवर इन द नाइट. ओके, बर्स्ट इनटू लाफ्टर, टू लाफ. Burst into laughter means to laugh. People went to see Zakir Khan's show, ठीक है, comedy show. ठीक है, and they burst into laughter. ठीक है, So this justifies and this explains this idiom burst into laughter. Okay, let's move to the next idiom, blue blood, जिसका मतलब होता है एरिस्टोक्रेटिक ओरिजिन, एरिस्टोक्रेटिक ओरिजिन. Okay, though he was poor, but he has blue blood in his veins. Okay, though he was poor, he has blue blood in his veins. This justifies this idiom. कभी कभी क्या होता है, ऐसा एक सेंटेंस भी दे देंगे और बोलेंगे कि ब्लू व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द ब्लू ब्लड. ठीक है, and the four options will be given and you have to mark the one right options out of four. Okay, this is how you're gonna attempt. So the next phrase before you is put an end to, cause to stop existing, cause to stop existing. कई बार हम लोग यूज करते हैं ना, पुट एन एंड टू दिस डिस्कशन यार, पुट एन एंड टू दिस क्वेरल यार. ठीक है, हम लोग ये यूज करते हैं दिस वर्ड, तो मीन्स दिस stop this discussion. Okay, so the next phrase before you is on the dot at appropriate time. On the dot generally एक suppose we can use it for the army men, right, कि the army men are always on the dot at every occasions. ठीक है, उनके लिए तो this word is very appropriate, on the dot. Okay, so the next phrase, next idiom is a dark house, someone who is clever in a way that no one expected. Someone who is clever in a way that no one expected. Dark house is a phrase. हम लोग कब यूज कर सकते हैं? सपोज कि देयर इज दिस फुटबॉलर, ठीक है, उसके लिए हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं दैट ही इज अ डार्क हाउस. I did find out that once he played professionally this football. ठीक है, सब there were people around who doubted his skills. ठीक है, but once when I saw him playing the football, ठीक है, I got to know that he's a person of a dark house. ठीक है, okay. The next phrase is by fair or foul means. Fair or foul means at any cost. Fair and foul means at any cost. Can you give an example for this? Fair or foul means? It's a very easy phrase and we use it in a common language also. By fair or foul means. Okay, let me give you an example for this. Suppose Virat was determined to win by fair or foul means. ठीक है, as in कि Virat was determined that he has to win by at any cost. Okay, this is how I'm trying to explain you this, the meaning of by fair or foul means. Okay, the next phrase is chicken hearted, lacking in courage. Chicken hearted. ओ मेघना, मेघना ने बहुत सही स्टेटमेंट लिखा है. आई जस्ट वांट टू गेट एमपीसीजे बाय फेयर और फाउल मीन्स. ओके गुड, या राइट, इट्स अ गुड अप्रोच. जो नेक्स्ट फ्रेज है चिकन हार्टेड, लैकिंग इन करेज. आप इसका कैन यू फ्रेम अ सेंटेंस यूजिंग दिस इडियम चिकन हार्टेड? कम ऑन प्रतीक. Meghna, you also try. Make an attempt. Chicken hearted, lacking in courage. Many children are chicken hearted in front of their parents in giving their opinions. Is it true? कई बार हमारे बहुत strong belief तो होते हैं, but in front of our parents, we become chicken hearted. Okay, we lack in courage to discuss that strong belief with our parents. It happens with all of us. Good one, very good. मेघना ने रिप्लाई किया है शी हैज फ्रेम्ड अ स्टेटमेंट यूजिंग दिस वर्ड चिकन हार्टेड दैट डोंट बी चिकन हार्टेड few days before exams. Absolutely. Okay, so the next phrase is, let's move to the next phrase, cast a spell upon, which means to influence. Cast a spell upon means to influence. Can you make a statement using this idiom? Cast a spell upon, to influence. We all know Shruti Deshmukh, right? An IS officer. Okay, we can say that she cast a spell upon so many UPSC aspirant. Even the UPSC aspirant and even the judiciary aspirant, she cast a spell upon so many students around. Okay, who are preparing for the judiciary exam or who are preparing for the UPSC exam. Okay, cast a spell upon means to influence. The next phrase before you is heap coals of fire. Heap coals of fire, which means to make somebody shameful by showing good gesture in return to his misdeed. Can you make a statement using this phrase, heap coals of fire? Anybody? Rina did not want her sister to heap coals of fire on her head when she came home. Okay? Yeah? So the next phrase is come to an end, to complete or finish. Come to an end or finish. कई बार हम कई शो देखने जाते हैं एंड when it comes to an end, ठीक है, the people start the people start crying, ठीक है, that show was so amazing but when it came to end the people started crying or shouting that why it finished, ठीक है, came come to an end, to finish. The next phrase before you is to pay lip service to. Okay, to pay lip service to pretend to be loyal. ये पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के लिए, पॉलिटिकल पॉलिटिशियंस के लिए ये जो एप्ट है, ये जो फ्रेज है ना, दिस इज वेरी एप्ट टू पे लिप सर्विस टू. ऑल द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज पे लिप सर्विस टू एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज, राइट? सब बात तो करते हैं एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज की, लेकिन एक्चुअली कोई उस पर कोई एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करता है. दे पे लिप सर्विस टू इट. ओके, अ फिश आउट ऑफ वाटर. A fish out of water means uncomfortable. हम लोग कई बार न्यू इंस्टीट्यूट में जाते हैं, नए कॉलेजेस में जाते हैं, then feel like a fish out of water. We feel little uncomfortable in that situation, right? Meghna is saying before election every party promises to pay lip services. Yeah, right. Absolutely right. मैंने भी एग्जांपल आपको सिमिलर टू व्हाट यू हैव सेड कि एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज में भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का दे पे ओनली द लिप सर्विसेज, they don't execute it, right? So let's move to the next phrase, by fits and starts, irregularity. By fits and starts means irregularity. But yeah, फटाफट से make a statement, make a sentence using this frame by fits and starts. You can say कि for MPCJ, I solve MCQ in fits and start. So, but now after the exam, I'll be consistent. This statement is obviously for those who are not targeting MPCJ this year but are practicing. Okay? Don't get offended कि मैम बोल रही हैं कि MPCJ नहीं clear होगा and start practicing MCQ again. Okay? Yeah? Okay, एक phrase I have missed out. Have a foot in both camps. जिसका मतलब होता है to have interest in both the parties. Have a foot in both camps means to have interest in both the parties. Suppose I work with two different teams and I like the ideas of both the teams. So what I'll say is this, कि actually I like the idea of both the teams, so I have a foot in both the camps. Okay, so the next phrase is get off to a flying start. To have a good beginning. ओके, विशाल ने बहुत अच्छा स्टेटमेंट दिया है, सेंटेंस दिया है, क्लियरिंग दिल्ली जुडिशरी प्रीलिम्स गेट ऑफ हिम to a flying start. Yeah, right, absolutely right. Meghna is saying that clear judiciary exams in the first attempt to get off a flying start. Yeah, absolutely. Very good examples. Yeah. So let's move to the next phrase. Have one foot in the grave. Have one foot in the grave, which means that to be near the death. Make a sentence using this frame. Have one foot in the grave. When I was diagnosed with COVID last year, I felt like I had one foot in the grave. Okay, am I making sense with my examples? Yeah, Vishal. Good, very good. So the next phrase before you is with a good grace, happily. Which means that happily, with a good grace. Yeah, try to make a statement of the next phrase we have with a good grace, happily, which means. He started his MPCJ preparation with a good grace. Yeah, right. A true sports person is one who accepts his defeat with a good grace and offer equal support to his opponent. ठीक है, हम इसको इस तरीके से भी यूज कर सकते हैं. Okay? Then the next phrase is cast lots, which means that to make a random selection. Which means that to make a random selection. To start a Kho game, let's cast lots to decide who will play first. Okay? Vishal is saying people in Punjab cast lots in Punjab elections. Yeah, right. Then the next phrase in front of you is round the clock. Round the clock, which means day and night. So tell me, are you working round the clock for your upcoming exam? Yeah? Are you working day and night for your upcoming exam? Are you studying round the clock for your upcoming exams? Say yes or no. Vishal, Nidhi, Meghna, yeah. Please just let me know that are you studying round the clock for your upcoming exams? I like to give a beautiful example of using this phrase round the clock. Doctors and nurses worked round the clock during the COVID crisis. Am I right? Yeah. So let's move to the next phrase between the devil and deep sea. Between the devil and deep sea, which means that in a difficult situation where there are two equally unpleasant choices and you have to choose one out of it. In that case, you use this phrase between the devil and deep sea. Yeah, make a sentence using this phrase between the devil and the deep sea. Yes, give it a try. Come on. Use a statement using this phrase between the devil and deep sea. Suppose there's a situation like this is that both my children have cleared IIT exam, but we do not have sufficient money to to we don't have sufficient money to get their admissions. So this is a situation where I will say that my situation is between the devil and the deep sea. Okay? So the next phrase is throw dust in persons to deceive somebody. Yeah? To deceive somebody. Throw dust in persons means to deceive somebody. बंटी एंड बबली क्या करते थे हर एक मेजर इवेंट के बाद दे यूज टू थ्रो दे यूज टू थ्रो डस्ट इन द आईज ऑफ पुलिस या आई होप सबको याद होगा बंटी एंड बबली का मूवी तो या लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट फ्रेज क्लियर द डेक्स गेट रेडी फॉर एक्शन बाय रिमूविंग ऑब्स्टिकल clear the decks means get ready for actions by removing obstacle. Yes, Vishal, right. Absolutely right. Good illustration. Let's move to the next phrase. Clear the decks. Get ready for action by removing obstacle. Let's clear the decks by finishing work before Friday so that we can enjoy our weekend. We do it very often, right? So we can use such phrases in our daily life also. Okay? So the last phrase for today's session is not the last question, last phrase. Okay? At the 11th hour. At the 11th hour means at the last moment. I have a very funny example to explain this phrase at the 11th hour. Generally हम सबके पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं ना don't wait for the 11th hour to fill the forms. And we are in a habit to fill the forms, ठीक है, at the 11th hour, at the last moment. जब वो सर्वर डाउन चला जाता है या फिर एकदम 30th को लास्ट डे तो 30th मॉर्निंग बैठते हैं, ठीक है. So this phrase is very apt in that case. Yeah, good. Yeah, right. Right, Pratik Soni and Vishal Singh, absolutely good, very good illustrations. Yeah. Let's move to the next session. Words of similar form but different meaning. Here are some words, ठीक है, जो कि सिमिलर लगते हैं, ठीक है, in terms of pronunciation also, ठीक है, but they have a different meanings. Okay? Abate मतलब क्या होता है? Make less intense. ठीक है, और ABET means to encourage, incite, or set another on to commit crime. या इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन एमपीसीजी में पूछे जाते हैं. ओके. द रेन सडनली अबेटेड. बहुत तेज रेन हो रही थी बट सडनली वो कम हो गई. सो व्हाट यू यूज इज द रेन सडनली अबेटेड. ABET, I don't have to explain you much on this. You all are law student. Abate word हम लोग बहुत यूज करते हैं आईपीसी में, abatement. Yes. So the next word before us is alter. ALTER, alter, and ALTAR, alter. Pronunciation is same. ठीक है, बस मीनिंग अलग है. Alter मतलब to make change in, to modify or to vary in some degree. Please make a alteration to my PPT. To please make alteration to my dress. हम लोग ये जनरली बोलते हैं ना. तो alter मतलब वो होता है, ठीक है, टू मेक अ मॉडिफिकेशन. एंड यहाँ पे ऑल्टर जो है, अ टेबल रेज्ड स्ट्रक्चर, वो जनरली जब सब रिलीजियस, जब आप मंदिर या चर्च जाते हैं तो आप देखते हैं एक रेज स्ट्रक्चर होता है, ठीक है, जहाँ पे वी प्रे, वी ऑफर आर ऑफरिंग्स टू द डिटी और अ गॉड, ठीक है, उसको बोलते हैं ऑल्टर. ओके. सो द नेक्स्ट इज एल्यूजन एंड illusion. Allusion means reference and illusion means deception. Allusion का बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल आप लोग मेरे को बता सकते हैं? A statement using this word allusion. दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या होगा? You have the meaning in front of you. Make a statement using this. She made allusion to her first job. ठीक है, suppose I am talking to you and I make allusion to you of my first job. ठीक है, तो मैंने एक रेफरेंस दिया है अपने फर्स्ट जॉब का. ठीक है, इल्यूजन मीन्स डिसेप्शन. मिराज इज एन इल्यूजन. You know the process of mirage, right? जब किसी हम डेजर्ट एरिया में जाते हैं तो धूप से हमें कई बार सैंड में लगता है कि वहां पानी है, बट वो पानी नहीं होता है. दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज अ मिराज. ठीक है, एंड दैट इज एन इल्यूजन. ओके. So the next is bale. Sorry, bear. Bear and bear. One word, BARE, okay, which means not covered by clothes, naked without usual covering. Yeah, and BEAR means to support. Okay, she bears all the expenses of her sister. ठीक है, support करना. Okay, sustain या carry करना. The next word in front of you is BALE, bail, which means bundle, and BAIL means security. बेल बॉन्ड हम लोग साइन करवाते हैं ना, जब किसी को बेल बेल देकर रिलीज करते हैं, सीआरपीसी में हमने पढ़ा है ना. वो बेल का मतलब ये होता है सिक्योरिटी. एंड BALE, बेल मीन्स बंडल. ओके. फायर डिस्ट्रॉयड bale of old newspaper, bundle of old newspaper. Okay. So the next words before you is ASSAY, essay, which means assessment of the quality of the purity and composition of a metal in ore or mineral. Okay. To test the purity of a metal, essay word is used. ठीक है, and ESSAY is, you know that. ठीक है, I don't have to explain you. Write a essay on the topic corruption, women empowerment. Write a essay on the topic women empowerment. Yeah. Let's move to the next question. Session and session. ठीक है. The session is SESSION. The giving up or fielding of territories, rights, etc. to someone. And session means a meeting of a court, council, or parliament, or the period during which such meetings are regularly held. Session means suppose session of a right of inheritance. उसने अपनी right of inheritance give up कर दिया. ठीक है, वहां पे सेशन वर्ड यूज होता है. और सेशन वी नो दिस, जैसे कि मैं अभी इंग्लिश का सेशन ले रही हूँ. ओशिन मैम विल बी टेकिंग जीके का सेशन. ओके, या मॉनसून सेशन, विंटर सेशन, उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में सेशन वर्ड इज यूज्ड. लेट्स कम टू द नेक्स्ट वर्ड, क्लॉज. CLAUSE, क्लॉज, एंड CLAWS. ओके. पहला जो क्लॉज है उसका मीनिंग है ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स दैट इंक्लूड्स अ सब्जेक्ट एंड इट्स रिलेटेड finite verb which may or may not constitute a sentence. ठीक है, we say ना that read clause by clause, para by para. ठीक है, and clause word जो है, जो second clause है CLAWS, that means uh, that means that means a hard carved pointed nail at the end of each digit of the foot in the birds, most reptiles and many mammals. uh, reptiles like crocodile, घड़ियाल हो गया, ओके, एंड एलिगेटर हो गया. ठीक है, दे यूज देयर क्लॉज. ठीक है, टू वॉक दे यूज देयर क्लॉज. The next word before you is corps, a branch of army designed to a particular kind of work. Corps means आर्मी कॉप्स भी बोलते हैं, पुलिस कॉप्स भी बोलते हैं. ओके. And the COP, CROPSE, pronunciation same है, only the spelling is different. ठीक है, और meaning is a different, so it makes a vast difference to your answer also. ठीक है, so please be attentive when you do such type of questions. Okay. Corpse means the dead body of a human being, and corpse means CROPUS, a body of writing. A body of writing. ठीक है, a corpse of Tagore's text. Yeah. Yes, Vishal, absolutely right. Okay, the next word before you is CHORD, chord, and CORD, chord. ठीक है, chord, a poetic string of a musical instrument. वायलिन में हम देखते हैं, गिटार में देखते हैं, that is known as a chord. ठीक है, CORD वाला chord is रस्सी वाला, रस्सी बोलते हैं, ठीक है, रस्सी. A thin rope or strong consisting of several separate strands twisted together. Okay, so the next question is, next word before you is coarse, 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 and which means rough or open in texture. ठीक है, कई रोड्स ऐसी होती है जो प्लेन नहीं होती है, ठीक है, खुरदरी होती है, प्लेन नहीं होती है, वहां पे ये वर्ड यूज होता है कोर्स. एंड CORSE वाला कोर्स इज चैनल ऑफ रिवर, अ पाथ इन विच एनीवन मूव्स. ओके, द नेक्स्ट वर्ड बिफोर यू इज कंटेजियस, formerly used to denote a disease that can only be transmitted by a direct contact. Contagious, a touching, neighboring or adjacent. ठीक है, जैसे सपोज पाकिस्तान, बांग्लादेश, नेपाल, they share border with our country. They are the contiguous countries to India. ठीक है, एंड कंटीजियस इज कोल्ड. जैसे सपोज कोई डिसीज कोल्ड हो गया, कोल्ड बहुत कंटीजियस होता है, राइट. एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज डेप्रिशिएट एंड डेप्रिशिएट. स्पेलिंग में ध्यान दीजिए, डेप्रिशिएट, DPRECAT, टू एक्सप्रेस द डिसअप्रूवल ऑफ समथिंग. इफ सपोज आई डिसअप्रूव ऑफ द फार्मर्स बिल, ठीक है, आई डिप्रिशिएट द फार्मर्स बिल, या आई डिप्रिशिएट द सिटीजनशिप बिल. ठीक है, स्ट्रॉन्ग डिसअप्रूवल. एंड डेप्रिशिएट मीन्स टू मेक समथिंग फॉल इन वैल्यू. मनी की वैल्यू कभी डेप्रिशिएट होती है, कभी अप्रिशिएट होती है, राइट. पेट्रोल prices, they कभी they depreciate and कभी they appreciate. Okay, so the next word before you is earthen and earthy. Earthen means made up of earth and baked clay. Pot होता है ना घड़ा, वो earthen, that is used for earthen. And earthy is of the earth या terrestrial. ठीक है, earthy smell, ये हम बोलते हैं ना earthy smell आ रही है, so we use that word. Okay, the next word before you is check and check. चेक वी ऑल नो, चेक का मतलब क्या होता है, बैंक चेक. ठीक, एंड चेक मीन्स टू कीप अ चेक ऑन समबडीज वर्क. ठीक, द नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज ब्राइडल एंड ब्राइडल. ठीक है, वी नो दैट चांदनी चौक इज वेरी फेमस फॉर अ ब्राइडल लहंगा, ब्राइडल ज्वेलरी. ठीक है, वो ब्राइडल हो गया. एंड BRIDLE मीन्स लेदर स्ट्रैप्स पुट अ हॉर्स हेड विच हेल्प द राइडर टू कंट्रोल द हॉर्स या टू कंट्रोल. वो ब्लैक कलर का हम लोग देखते हैं ना हॉर्स के अराउंड जो होता है स्ट्रैप लेदर का, दैट इज अ ब्राइडल. ओके, द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज ब्लू एंड ब्लू. BLEW, ब्लू. द पास्ट टेंस ऑफ ब्लो. ठीक है, यहाँ पे इलस्ट्रेशन भी दिया हुआ, करंट ऑफ एयर टू बी मूविंग स्पेशली रैपिडली. ओके, एंड ब्लू वी नो. ठीक है, ब्लू इज माई फेवरेट कलर, इट इज यूज फॉर अ कलर. Okay, I have missed out one word. Okay, let's take a look on this. Beneficial means advantages, and beneficent means kind, generous. Mother Teresa was a beneficent woman. Okay, and then let's move to the next question. Let's next word, collision and collision. Collision, a violent meeting of objects. Collision, a violent meeting of objects, and collision, secret and illegal cooperation for the purpose of fraud. Accident occurred due to collision of two cars. Collision word वहां पे यूज होता है, ठीक है? And collision, secret and illegal cooperation for the purpose of fraud. Policemen are working in collision with drug traffickers. ठीक है? ऐसे in such type of a situation we use this word collision. Okay? The next word is contemptuous and contemptible. First one means showing contempt or scorn, and second one means deserving contempt. Okay? First one, clear statement that she was contemptuous of policeman. ठीक है? Contemptible means hateful, deserving contempt. Okay? The next word is serial and serial. Serial and serial. Serial, you know, ठीक है? Food crop के लिए use होता है, and serial, ठीक है? We watch it on a television. Okay? And the next one is opposite and opposite. Opposite and opposite. Opposite means suitable, well chosen, appropriate. ठीक है? This dress is opposite for today. ठीक है? Yeah, appropriate for today. Opposite means somebody who's standing just opposite to me. ठीक है? On the other side. So the next is wait a second. Next is judicial and judicious. Okay? Judicial means relating to judge or justice, judicial academy. Yeah, judicious means prudent. Okay, judicious means prudent. ठीक है? Judicious use money judiciously. We say someday we say like this. Okay? Then the next question is then the next word is wear or wear. Wear means manufactured goods of a special material for a specific range of use, and wear means to be dressed in something. It's a very easy word. Okay, let's move to the third part of our today's session, which is synonym and antonyms. Okay, so the word is abandon. ठीक है? Whose synonym is seize, forsake. Okay, और उसका एंटोनिम क्या होगा? कंटिन्यू. रोक देना कोई चीज एंड टू कंटिन्यू वो होता है एंटोनिम. ओके, the next word for synonym and antonym is abhor. Abhor means hate. Okay, and its antonym is love. The next word is able, whose synonym is competent, and antonym is incompetent. Okay, and the next word is circumscribed, which means is restricted. Okay, and its antonym is unrestricted. See, antonym and synonym में I am giving you the word and giving you the meaning of it in the form of synonym. So there is no scope of explaining here. But these words are really important for your upcoming exam. Okay? So the next is cordial. Okay? So cordial का synonym is warm and antonym is cold. Okay? And credible. Credible means believable. And antonym is unbelievable. We say na incredible India, unbelievable India. Okay? Deference, which means reverence, and antonym is irreverence. Okay? So the next is mournful, synonym of which is sorrowful, and its antonym is joyful. Okay? So the next word before you is refined, whose synonym is polished, and whose antonym is crude. Okay? The next word before you is hamper. Hamper. Synonym hamper का क्या होगा? Obstruct. And antonym for this is ease. Okay? The next word is obsolete. Out of date. ठीक है, जनरली पुलिस मैन के पास ऑब्सोलीट वेपन्स होते हैं, वी नो दैट. ठीक है, करंट या अप टू डेट, आउट ऑफ डेट या अप टू डेट. आजकल के स्टूडेंट्स दे आर वेरी अप टू डेटेड. ठीक है. So the next statement is precarious, which means risky. ठीक है, uncertain, and whose antonym is certain. Okay. The next word is quaint, which means odd and singular, and whose antonym is usual and ordinary. So the next word is remote. Remote means distance. Remote villages. Okay, distant villages. We use this word, right? And near and close. ठीक है, वो antonym होता है उसका. The next is sacred, holy. An antonym of is profane, which is not holy, which is not sacred. ठीक है. Ganges is a sacred river. Okay. The next is transient, temporary, and permanent. Nothing is your problems are not permanent in life. Okay. The next is spurious. Spurious means false and shame, and its antonym is genuine and authentic. Okay. The next word is wicked, which means evil, and its antonym is pious. The next word is stagnant. Stagnant, and its synonym is motionless. Okay. And its antonym is moving. हम बोलते हैं ना स्टेगनेंट वाटर है. ठीक है, मीन्स मोशनलेस वाटर है. और रिवर के लिए यूज करते हैं, रिवर्स आर मूविंग. ओके. सो द नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज अगली. नेक्स्ट वर्ड वी हैव इज अगली. अगली का मीनिंग इज repulsive. Okay, and its antonym is attractive. Okay. The next word we have is zeal, passion. To be a judiciary aspirant, you should have that zeal. You should have that zeal, that passion of becoming a judge. Okay, and its antonym is apathy. The next word before you is dwindle. Okay, dwindle, whose synonym is decrease, and whose antonym is increase. Okay, let's move to the next section. ठीक है, जो next session है that is one word substitution, and I hope you all are following our Telegram channel. ठीक है, इन आर टेलीग्राम चैनल इन एवरी वीक, ठीक है, वी गिव, ठीक है, वी पोस्ट वन वर्ड सब्स्टिट्यूशन पोस्टर विद अ पिक्टोरियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन। तो जिस लोगों ने भी हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल डाउनलोड नहीं किया है, प्लीज डाउनलोड इट एंड फॉलो अस ऑन टेलीग्राम। ठीक है, आपको हमारे एमसीक्यू 360 डिग्री सीरीज की इनफैक्ट और ऑल्सो हमारे कंसेप्चुअल थ्रेड्स का सारा पीडीएफ आपको हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल में मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, सो प्लीज डाउनलोड इट। Yeah, let's move to the next part. One word substitution. An action of killing infants that is known as a infanticide. Okay, an action of killing infants that is known as a infanticide. And the next one word substitution is ambiguity in a document not found prima facie. प्राइमा फेसी हम लोग किसी भी एम्बिग्यूटी को नहीं फाउंड कर पा रहे हैं, सो दैट इज नोन एज अ लेटेंट। ओके, देन द थर्ड वन इज अ टेम्पररी सस्पेंशन ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ अ सेंटेंस, respite. President has this power of giving respite, a temporary suspension of the execution of a sentence. And the next one is common plea remarks, which is known as a platitude. And the next one is imposition of assessment or tax, which is known as levy. Okay. The next word before us is incurable, which means incapable of being cured. Okay. And the next one is speech in which a character speaks to himself in thoughts on the stage, which is known as a soliloquy. मैकबेथ का soliloquy बहुत ही फेमस है। Okay. So the next word is that which never fails. That is infallible. That which never fails. There are some person who are infallible, okay, who believe that they will never fail. And the next is uncultured person, Philistine, which means, yeah. And the next word is used to indicate the specified number of member of body, quorum. लोकसभा में भी हमें कोरम चाहिए होती है, राज्यसभा में भी चाहिए होती है, ठीक है। A certain number of people we want in the parliament to run. Okay. The next word is gluten. The next word is gluten. Who eats too much? And the next one is too much attention to rules and regulation by civil servants. The next one is um, too much attention to rules and regulations by civil servants. That is known as a red tapeism. The next one word substitution is to remove objectionable matter from a book, expurgate. We read this word very often in the newspaper also, that expurgate this particular picture or this particular document. Okay. The next one is one who cannot be corrected, incorrigible. Yeah. And the last one word substitution for today's session is to turn out of society, means to ostracize. Yeah, ostracize means to turn out of society. Okay, so here I am wrapping up my session for today. I hope it will be very beneficial for your upcoming exam. इंग्लिश के सेशन में देयर वाज अ नॉट मच स्कोप टू एक्सप्लेन, इसलिए ये सेशन थोड़ा सा छोटा रहा है, ठीक है, बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट योर टाइम अननेसेसरली. ओके, सो थैंक यू सो मच for being there with me today. And an important announcement I'm going to make is that on 4th May, ALEC is conducting mock test on the pattern of MPCJ exam. ठीक है? So please download our app ALEC. ठीक है? And give the free mock test we are providing to you. So please download this app ALEC. Okay, and so I am expecting most of the participation on the 4th May. Thank you so much.